as the ministers of Christ and stewards of the mystery of God. 1 Corinthians 4:1. When you are serving faithfully and trying to obediently do what God has asked you to do, the devil hates it. He'll do everything he can to dissuade you to stop. Often he attacks your mind with allegations such as, why are you doing this? No one appreciates you. Anyway, here you are working, striving, sweating, and slugging it out, while other people are having a good time. If no one else cares, why should you care? Come on, you've done enough. If you're not really committed to staying in place and doing what God asked you to do, those allegations from the devil may pull you off the bench where God called you to serve. This makes me think again of 1 Corinthians 4:1, where Paul says, let a man so account of us as the ministers of Christ and stewards of the mysteries of God. As noted earlier, see August 13. The word ministers in this verse is a Greek word huperetas, and referred to the slaves or servants who were placed into the bottom galleys of huge ships. A huge oar was placed in the hands of these slaves, and they began to row and row and row, literally become the engines that moved those ships through the sea. If you have been allowed to peek into the bottom galley of those huge ships in New Testament times, you have seen these prisoners were all chained to a post in their respective benches. There was a good reason for this heavy chain, because their work was so difficult and their destiny was sealed in the bottom of their ship. These men's minds were wandered to more beautiful restful places where palm trees overlook sandy seashores of tall pines, swayed and refreshing mountain breeze. Had the under-rowers not been chained to their posts, they may have attempted to escape from their bench to find a more restful lifestyle somewhere else. Therefore, chains kept the men where they belonged, right in the bottom of the boat, tied to their posts with oar in hand, compelled to effectively do their job. Likewise, you must know that as you seek to do God's will for your life, you have to take on all kinds of assaults and challenges that inevitably accompany obedience. And let me warn you, there will be times when your flesh tries to find a way to jump ship and get out from underneath the pressure of obeying God. Your flesh would love to be led somewhere else where faith isn't required and the crucifixion of flesh doesn't seem so necessary. You see, it's easy to start obeying God. Initiating a project is fun and exciting, and it's always the easiest part. The difficult part is sticking with the project and seeing it through all the way to the end. The real test comes when the excitement is gone, the reality of hard work and commitment begins to dawn on you. That's always the golden moment when the flesh is tempted to forget you ever heard from God, to start looking for a way out. If you're really not committed to go all the way to fulfilling your God-assigned task, you probably won't do it. Therefore, you must be absolutely committed to do what God has called you to do, chaining yourself to your decision to obey so you cannot flee in hard times. If God has called you, don't jump ship. He needs you in the bottom of the boat in order to keep the body of Christ moving forward toward maturity. You are very important. I'm sure there were times when the under-rower said, I'm tired of rowing, get me off this boat. They probably have to be reminded, you are the engines of the ship. If you get off the boat will stop moving. You are too vital to jump ship now. We can't go on without you.